Let's go back to some numbers here. How about 631 Radio Graffiti?
What's up, Ghost? It's Hitman Cos.
Hey, what up, man? The Hitman Calls in the house. How you doing, dude?
I'm chilling. Hey, yo, was that really necessary for y'all to do that to the Rams?
Oh, well, yeah, absolutely, 100%, man. The Rams got their asses handed to them at Ram Ranch. 100%.
That shit was brutal, man.
Well, it was the defense, man. I mean, who cares if you have Stafford and Kupp as a connection over there? Our defense is unbelievable. We've got great secondary. We obviously got a great fucking D-line. You got the defensive end with Micah Parsons, for fuck's sake. Come on, man. The Dallas Cowboys got it. Now, all Dak needs to do is stop doing all this, I can throw the long ball kind of shit. Just throw the slants, throw the little short wideouts, and that's it. And if you can't find anything, run and slide. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, it's a very simple method. Yeah, y'all just might have this. And honestly, even though they won, part of me still feels that the Eagles
Wait, cut out.
Can get exposed.
Yeah, dude, look. We're going to expose the Eagles, okay? All right? I mean, let me tell you something. What this season has proven is that Jalen Hurts, once he gets truly hurried, he likes to make some mistakes. He's kind of doing a Dak Prescott, what Dak Prescott has been doing for the past several years, and he needs to slow it down. I get he's very athletic. I get that he's trying to, kind of force things to happen, but sometimes it's better just to see if you can run and slide and get a few yards as opposed to doing something cute and getting intercepted. He has gotten intercepted, last season 3 times. He's already been intercepted almost a dozen times? Give me a break.
Yeah, and also, the Vikings, even though they won, they caught a really bad break.
Yeah, Kirk Cousins tearing his Achilles, that's horrible.
I'd buy that for $1.
Hold on. But they actually traded for the Dobbs, the quarterback for the Arizona Cardinals, and he's going to be the new quarterback going in. I mean, I think Minnesota has a shot. It's just whether or not the mending of Dobbs in the system of Minnesota will actually do something and yield benefits,
Yeah, very true. And this might sound messed up, but if I'm being real, when I first saw Josh Dobbs, I thought he was Charlie Villanueva.
Yeah, he looks exactly like him. No kidding, man. He has no eyebrows, looks like a cancer victim. But he's a fairly decent quarterback, in my opinion, dude.
Yeah, and who knows, maybe the method or formula in Arizona wasn't working, and Minnesota will be just what he needs.
I think so, man. Hey, Hitman Cause, cheers to you. Everybody's getting a little triggered because we're out here talking about football, and because I, sound a little like I know what I'm talking about, people are like looking perplexed, like somebody who just got goofed at a 3-card monte and looking at me cross-eyed going, huh? So anyway, I know my thing about football, all right? Hey, look, all you people that are talking garbage about football, you've never played it. All right, if you were actually had a pair of balls when you were growing up and actually played it in school, maybe you would have a little bit more appreciation for it, all right?
And here I am once again with my afterthoughts. Now, first I want to address what was cut out, because my phone has a pretty bad connection in my room, so I literally had to go outside to get a better signal. But I was saying to him that the Eagles are looking a bit fraudulent more than they were last year. At least, against the Redskins. Because the Redskins gave them a run for their money. And honestly, had it not been for a few mistakes, I think the Redskins would have beat them this time. Something else I wanted to address. If you guys were not present during the Ghost Show, or if El Foxo Loco hasn't put up the episode of Radio Graffiti yet, there was a long bit in which pretty much there was a huge argument / cluster call between mainly West Coast capitalist and Jackass the Park Street legend. And pretty much everything you hear or heard is literally the same thing that was going on in the Thunderdome, because we were in the voice chat for like many hours, and when I pulled up, West Coast and Jackass were arguing, and other people were chiming in. Then I chimed in defense for Jackass, and also I was getting sick of West Coast, because I'm gonna keep it a stack with y'all. I never liked West Coast Capitalists at all. I only tolerated him because Ghost tolerated him. That's it. Because even though Jackass pretty much explained it time and time again, like whenever he's on call, it's hard to have a civil conversation, because he will always talk so ridiculously loud, like whenever you're talking to somebody on the phone, or at least talking to somebody in person, and they're only like 2 feet away or something, like or closer, and use your inside voice because there's no reason. Where this guy, he's pretty much yelling on his mic the whole time, and I'm glad I wasn't using my headphones, because I guarantee that it would have been a big ear rape if I had it in my ears while he was going on. And you can't even debate him, because anytime you argue with him or try and debate him, he'll say his piece, and then you can't even say your piece like halfway through or even a quarter of the way through, because he'll cut you off and try and talk over you. And because he's so ridiculously loud, it's impossible to get a word in, because he doesn't know when to stop. And I was finally fed up, and I just started snapping on him. And I was roasting the living hell out of him, and pretty much Jackass was pretty much co-signing everything I said, and pretty much anything that I didn't cover, he pretty much added on. And by the end of it, freaking, I was comparing myself and Jackass to the '96 Bulls and the Showtime Lakers, because we kept owning him. And the thing is, for some reason, Ghost made him a mod in the Thunderdome. And every time we kept owning him, he kept kicking us out the voice chat. But the thing is, anytime you get kicked out the voice chat, you can just join back up. So he was essentially wasting his time. But he kept kicking us out like every single time. He was doing it like every five minutes, and like the more he kept kicking us out, the funnier it got, because freaking I was coming for his neck. I was roasting the shit out of him, and the only thing he could do was get racist with me. And if there's one thing I've learned when it comes to the art of roasting, is that you can crack as many jokes as you want, and you gotta be able to dish out as much of it as you took, if not more. With as many jokes as they crack at you, you gotta clap back just as hard. But when it comes to anybody, any minority period, what I've always learned is that the second you are called a slur, you win. Because the very second they call you a slur or use racial terms, stereotypes, prejudices, or anything of that nature, you win. And why do you win? Because they have no other jokes to tell. And when they come at your race, it's low hanging fruit. That's why you win, because they're trying to aim at the easiest jokes to tell. And so once that happens, you've won, because you back them into a corner. And that's what I basically did. Because I was coming at his neck, roasting him to hell and back. And with Jackass was co-signing, he had no answer. So he just kept kicking us out. And every time I came back, I was like, you can't stop me. The more you kick me out, the more I'm gonna keep rejoining. So keep kicking me. And I kept daring him to re-kick me. And even when he kicked me out, I still kept coming back, and he had no answer. And then, let me address, pretty much, I wouldn't say the elephant in the room, just, what everybody already knows, and that's, and actually, if you didn't know, then honestly, the only way you couldn't have known is if either one, you don't follow Ghost on social media, two, you didn't watch the Ghost show, or three, no one's told you. But Jackass threatened to, actually no, he challenged that he was gonna donate $900 to get West Coast Capitalists kicked out of both the Thunderdome and Inner Circle permanently. And the thing is, he kept threatening it multiple times in the chat room, and pretty much everybody except for me was shit talking him, saying that he was pretty much trying to call his bluff, saying he wasn't going to do it. And they were calling him broke, saying that he's too poor to afford doing that and shit. And then eventually it went on so long that I eventually had to step in and keep it a buck with him. And I told him straight up, yo, at this point, dude, either do it or don't. Because if you don't do it, they're not gonna stop. So basically, I told him just put your money where your mouth is. If you really got the means to do it, do it. If not, stop with the threats. And finally, he did put his money where his mouth is. He coughed up the money, and so Ghost held up his end of the bargain and gave West Coast a boot from both places. And also, Jackass got invited into the Inner Circle. To which then, West Coast Capitals went on a rampage. Apparently he was on another, I'm assuming he was on a Discord server throwing a fit. And I don't follow him on social media, so I didn't even know anything about anything he was saying or doing until somebody who does follow him screenshotted one of his tweets where he freaking snapped on Ghost in all caps, and and it was all just a whole bunch of comedy. But in the end, once I calmed down, I straight up I apologized to everybody in the Thunderdome, because the thing is, it's no secret the disabilities that West Coast has. All the mental disabilities he has, and how slow he is. And to describe what he is would get me in a lot of trouble, but that's what he is. But But the thing was, I unfortunately let him get to me, and it caused me, and that's what caused me to snap, and just torture him and yell at him and shit. But you know, in the future, I'm gonna try not to let that happen again. And don't be fooled by everybody who's saying that they're Team West Coast. Everybody who supports him, who claims to support him, or saying that they're ride or die with him, or they are on his side for a troll war. That's a bunch of crap. They're only saying that to further get a rise out of West Coast because they know he's gonna take the bait like an idiot and get all riled up. But at this point, in my opinion, I think at least for the moment it's over, because finally what also happened during the show was that Yakass challenged the Ghost to put a poll on Twitter, or X, if you will, to get the fans' opinion, all the fans' opinion, trolls and serious people alike, who they preferred between him and West Coast. To which Ghost put up the poll, and then and he had three options, which was, you know, either West Coast, Yakass, or they're both pieces of shit. And in the end, Yakass won, to the surprise of no one. To which then the call went back. You know, they got called on again because they got put back on hold so we could continue with Radio Graffiti, because it was dragging on. To which at this point, West Coast was sounding melancholy, just because at this point he did the honorable thing and accepted defeat. So with that being said, I officially declare Yakass, the Park Street Legend, the winner and the sole survivor of the Troll War. Well, if there was one. But as far as this beef goes, like I said, I officially declare Yakass the 100% money back guaranteed, undefeated, and undisputed winner. And with that being said, before I head out, I want to go ahead and give some shout outs. Of course, I want to give a big shout out to Yakass, the Park Street Legend. I want to give a big shout out to Helmet Boy. He also played a decent role. He was I'd say a man in the middle, if you will. Shout out to my boy Hayward, as always, and shout out to Enigma and Purple Juice. And with that being said, that's gonna do it for this video. I definitely want to thank each and every one of y'all for taking the time out of your busy schedule to come and chill with your boy. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and hit the like button. Comment if you feel like it. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss a new video. And as always, by way of Shoko Vision Productions, I am the Hitman Kaz. And if you see me coming, run.